So what I have here today are going to be like several different record albums. Um, Most of them being Metallica. So Metallica released some records that were like exclusive to a Walmart. They released them, I believe, on June 17th, 2022. All of a sudden, I saw on Facebook that Metallica was releasing new albums. I didn't even know about it. I follow them on Facebook, everything, and I saw a lot of advertisements for this guitar app called Musician, where you could play their songs. But then I saw this, so I never even seen that they were coming out with these. This isn't the first time they released records like this. I think last year, 2021, they released some. I think most of their albums are on record now. A lot of big artists are releasing their stuff CD, digital, and record. And more recently, a lot of artists are releasing on cassettes as well. Anyways, we'll look at the first album. This set actually costs around $154 if you buy everything if you want them. It includes like one album that not a lot of people liked too. So just so you know. So anyways, the first album is Metallica's Load album. All these are gonna have a special color. I think they got the color kind of references like maybe the album art or maybe some kind of song or something on there. Metallica consists of four members. They've had, a couple bassists, I think three before this one. There was Cliff Burton, another guy who wasn't really around a whole lot. And they also had a few guitarists, I think actually just two. Dave Mustaine from Megadeth was there in the beginning, but I don't know if he actually recorded anything for the band, as in album-wise stuff. But anyways, here we got on the back. So we got the lead singer, I believe he's rhythm guitarist, James Hetfield. You got Lars Ulrich, which is the drummer, Kirk Hammett, lead guitarist, bassist at the time this album was recorded, Jason Newsted. I don't really hear a whole lot about him since he was with Metallica. Anyways, Blackened is I guess, the Metallica's record company. The album was published in 1996. So I'm gonna see if I can gently cut this open. Sometimes records have where they split apart, and I think this one might. Gotta be a little careful if you're trying to save them, because you don't want to damage your records, especially when they cost a lot. Records, for some reason, are way more expensive than normal CDs or digital formats. I think it could be the reason that they're made in the U.S. or other like countries, like European countries or Canada, for that matter, and they pay their people a little more, whereas like CDs made in China or Mexico, where they may not be made by high skilled workers and everything. Anyways, here's the opening of it. Like I said, it tells you everything on who played what for the band. I don't know if I'm seeing this right in the view, everything. Anyways, you got some pictures and stuff. There we go. Don't know if they were just having fun with these pictures or if they're like band stuff or whatever, on the road stuff. But anyways, take a look. We probably won't actually show each record. We'll just open one. Sometimes when these are mass produced, they tend to put the labels on wrong, which I have gotten at least two where they were like errors where the center label was messed up. There was one that was missing and then one that was not aligned properly. Anyways, this is how it looks. Orange, kind of transparent a little bit. Pretty decent. I'll put that in there. I think some of Metallica's stuff does come with a digital code, so if you wanted the to have it elsewhere, like on a phone or something, you could download it from that. Yeah, I, but I get most of my music from um, I forgot what's called Amazon. This one also has a little sheet on there, so I don't have to buy as much. See, it's going to probably take a long time to go through the whole video if I have to take everything out. There we go. Take a glance. Music on here, we have Ain't My Bitch, 2x4, The House Jack Built, Till It Sleeps, King Nothing, Hero of the Day, Bleeding Me, Cure, Poor Twisted Me, Wasting My Hate, Mama Said, Thorn Within, Ronnie, and Outlaw. Some of these songs are decent. Some of them are, I believe, a little underrated. I don't think they really get played a whole lot. But it's an okay album by Metallica. The next Metallica album I have is Reload. All these are going to be color exclusive. There you go. You got this like orange color. And these records, at least, I think most of them cost around the same price, $28.97. There we go, picture of all the band members. We got Fuel, which is a song they use, in a lot of car stuff, commercials and stuff. Unforgiven 2, there's like 3 Unforgivens. And, yeah, I don't think a lot of these songs are very popular elsewhere. Um, yeah, there we go. Open this. Back in the day, when people bought albums, they would just keep the cellophane on, and like, say if you ever bought a used album, they would look almost brand new. But since these open up, I'm not gonna keep them on there. So here we go. Take a look here. Pretty cool. It's got pictures. I don't know if this album actually came out on record to begin with. It probably did come on cassette because it was like 90s. They were still making cassettes for a while. Take a look at the record. It's about a little lighter in color compared to the other one. Let's see, what's this on my record? There we go. It's pretty cool. I like the color variations a lot. It seems a lot cooler than like traditional black. I've seen ones that were splattered or all kinds of weird colors, and they look cool when you play them. They also got picture discs, which sometimes are pretty cool, but I'm always afraid like they could wear off pretty fast. I'll take a quick look at this right quick. Back in the day, they used to put like lyrics and other information on these. Not sure if that's exactly what's there. But yeah. Okay. Our next album, which is actually full of covers, actually. It's called Garage Inc. This one actually has three discs on here. It costs $44.97. Now, all these songs are like songs that Metallica liked or, helped influence the band. You got Free Speech for the Dumb, which is done by a band named Discharge. It's electric. Diamond Head. Diamond Head is like a band that they really like because they play a couple of their songs. I've noticed they like to sing. Sabra Cadabra, which is Black Sabbath. And we got Turn the Page. That's by Bob Seger. Everybody knows him for the song Old Time Rock and Roll. That was famous for a movie. I forgot exactly what movie it was called. Let's see. Die, 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 My Darling, which is a Misfits song. Everybody knows who Dan Ziggs is. Lover Man, which is a pretty decent song by Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds. Merciful Fate by King Diamond. He's on here a couple times as well. Astronomy is Blue Oyster Cult. Whiskey in the Jar. Now that's a song that's actually like Irish traditional, but I think they kind of did it because Thin Lizzy did it. But a lot of people cover that. Look it up on any source. You'll find Metallica and various other Irish singers. If you ever go to Irish Fest, just about every group We'll sing that song. We got Tuesday's Gone, which is a Leonard Skinner song. The More I See by a band named Discharge. Helpless by Diamond Head. The Small Hours by a band named Holocaust. The Weight by a band named Killing Joke. Crash Course in Brain Surgery. That is by Budgie. Last Caress, Danzig. Speaking of Danzig, I saw a Danzig cover band like last week. They did, a lot of his big songs, including the ones he did for the band called Misfits. I think he does some more solo stuff. We got Am I Evil? That's the one they like to do a lot. They've actually done it with the Big Four, which is a group of thrash metal artists from like the 80s, which include Anthrax, Slayer, Megadeth, and Metallica. It's a pretty badass song, especially when you see it performed live by all of them. Um, we got Blitzkrieg, also by this band of the same name. Bread Fan by Budgie. The Prince by Diamond Head. Stone Cold Crazy by Queen. So What by Anti Nowhere League. That song is really nasty sounding. There's a lot of curse words and stuff in there. I think there was a story that they did that because MTV didn't want them playing certain songs, so they sang that song. And if you hear it, you'll probably understand why. Um, let's see, Killing Time by Sweet Savage, I think it's called. Overkill, Motorhead. Damage Case, also by Motorhead. Stone Dead Forever, Motorhead. And Too Late, also by Motorhead. But that's pretty much it with everything on this album. Let's open it. Okay. Kind of had to open it off screen just to make it go by a little faster. So you got the guys from Metallica all on the front album of this one. All dressed like mechanics and whatnot. And like mechanic shirts were popular at one point. So this is a 3-disc album. It's got pictures, and some of them are like parody type things. Like this one, the Metallica Cats. Pretty decent. And I think all the stuff that I told you about, who sang it and whatnot, are all kind of written on the jacket. So if you want to listen to the original artists, that's how you would find out. Let's see, we're going to take out the paperwork. Here we go. I think that's the lyrics on there, and I didn't really give a good look at it. Ooh, that fell to the floor. Anyways, here's the record. A nice transparent blue. There we go. Kind of like Windex. Let's see here. So, I assume that they put a couple of these albums together. At least 2 of them. So it might be a little difficult. So this is 3 albums in this jacket here. I'll just take a look at that. Here we go. Well, it's got pictures. That's Motorhead's album, that little blue icon right there. You got, I think that's King Diamond right there. Guy with the face paint. There's the Misfits logo. Here we go. I listened to some of those bands. Not a whole lot, but I got into Motorhead mainly because that they were featured on wrestling a lot. Triple H, his theme songs, whether it was like a group he was with or like by himself, he had Motorhead the game. Triple H, that song was by Motorhead. Evolution's theme song, and then later the King of Kings theme song. I had to pick this up. Was also a Motorhead song. Motorhead's kind of a badass group. Lemmy Kilmister actually died in the band. He was the lead singer and the bassist for that band. And I got to see his funeral live on YouTube, and I was watching it, and all those all those people there, a majority of them I actually knew who they were, even though I never met them or seen them. I I mean, like if I went to a family member's funeral, I probably would know less of them. Anyways, this is the one I was saying, the worst album, but it has some badass album art. I like that fist. It's called Saint Anger. This came out in 2003. I remember it real well. I don't remember how I heard about the new album, but I was a fan, starting to become a fan of metal music, and Metallica was like my first metal band I really listened to. Um, yeah, so I bought this and I listened to it a lot as a kid. I haven't listened to all the songs in a long time. I think I remember them being real long. I listened to this in junior high, and this came in a cardboard CD case, and I didn't like those because that you could damage your CD real bad with those. Anyways, you got a grotesque looking zombie thing, kind of reminiscent of maybe like something that Iron Maiden would do, which is another metal band. I think they try to, think they're like the best metal band, but um, which I don't really like hearing when these bands say they're better than everyone else because you know it kind of turns me off from listening to them. I don't really listen to a whole lot of the Iron Maiden, and I think that could have been part of the reason they were trying to be better than everyone else. Okay, we got it open. Um, Metallica, when they were in during the pandemic, I believe they sidelined for a bit, and they did some online shows where they like had people in parking lots watching their live performance streamed on a large screen. A lot of bands during the pandemic really just wrote music pretty much because there were a handful of bands that already had that normally would take years to write an album did it within a few months of each other, and they have like a lot of music um, in less than 2 years. Some Metallica has had times where they haven't actually released the album in almost a decade, and this is about the time frame when Metallica didn't release another album for another couple years. A lot of other bands will release a new one almost a few months after they release the old one, especially with pop artists, because they don't technically write their own stuff. They don't have to worry so much about where the music is coming from, just as long as they, make bank off of their music. I believe most metal bands try to work a little harder in making their music. Doesn't look like there's another insert with this, but that's Saint Anger. There's the name of the songs. I think two of my favorite songs off this were Frantic and Saint Anger, and maybe Some Kind of Monster. Here we go. I believe there was kind of a hidden theme on this one because I think they kind of referenced the Star Spangled Banner in either one or more of the songs, especially with Sweet Amber. You probably heard of the little lyric, Sweet Amber waves of grain or something like that. Um, Everybody butchers it, but you kind of hear that in this song, especially the song Sweet Amber. You could probably actually use that, like if you have a girlfriend named Amber or something, which some people do. Okay, so we're on our final Metallica album. This is Death Magnetic. Um, the all the Metallica albums I showed you were like during a certain period where they moved a little ways away from thrash metal and maybe went into hard rock and lighter metal. Death Magnetic, I think, changed that, and this is when the new bassist Robert Trujillo premiered on this album, I believe, or I don't think he premiered on any earlier ones. Saint Anger, Jason Newsted, I guess, left the band, and they had someone else. I think it was a guy named Bob Brock, which was like a producer, played bass for that album. I think there was also hiatus because James Hetfield had a uh, alcoholism problem. Okay, this Death Magnetic. I remember I bought this brand new from Target, and that Target store is no longer in business. It went out of business. Anyways, this is produced by Rick Rubin. Yeah. Okay, so this has the song Unforgiven 3. That was the third installment of that song. I don't think they made another Unforgiven. The color on these are silver vinyl. Here we go. And this one was like 28 bucks. Death Magnetic. It's like a coffin. If you bought it as a CD, you would open the booklet, and this picture of the coffin was, always through the whole booklet. So, I mean, if you had it, you'd know. Anyways, we'll take a look at the first vinyl. It's a gray color. And it's pretty decent. I've gotten albums from other artists that are like this one. Like I said, this album was a little more, I think, getting a little closer to what Thrash was, what their original sound was. And here you got a picture of the lineup: Hetfield, Trujillo, Hammett, and then Lars Ulrich. Here we go, and you got all their information. Well, I think these are just the song names and titles. I don't see any whatchamacallit in here, extra paperwork. But that's it with that. Yeah, so that was pretty much it with all the Metallica ones I got. Saint Anger was known for like sounding kind of crappy. I think a lot of people didn't like the drums on it because it sounded like someone banging on garbage cans. I don't know. I think it was supposed to be a huge album, but it seemed like it faltered a lot. But anyways, these are some albums I picked up on the same day, the same time, and I paid 50 cents for these. So we got Bob Seger, and I spoke on this before, that Metallica covered a Bob Seger song. So this actually comes with the jacket with it too. I bought this at a second-hand shop. 50 cents. Bob Seger. Not to be confused with Bob Saget. So, I think this album has the one song that Metallica sang called Against the Wind. Is it Against the Wind? Or am I thinking of a different song? Maybe I'm thinking of it. No, it was Turn the Page. I don't know if that was on here. I think I'm thinking of another band that did that song, Against the Wind. I don't see that on here, so I think I may have confused them with Brooks and Dunn. Also, on one of the Metallica albums, I think it was Load, they did a song called Mama Said, and that's kind of like a country-sounding song. I think in the video he's playing like acoustic guitar. So anyways, I got Eye of the Tiger. Everybody loves this song. Survivor. Eye of the Tiger was the song in Rocky that everybody loved. Yeah. I think the lead singer, he had trouble with his voice, and he kind of broke off in the band after a long time, or something like that. I looked that up like years ago with that. Here's the name of the songs. I don't think anybody knows any of the other songs. He also did the voice for some beer commercial, Real Men of Genius. So it looks like this record's pretty much complete for the most part. Here. I should probably be checking when I buy records that they're the right artists, because sometimes even if they are good, everything looks good, someone could have accidentally put the wrong record in the jacket. Sometimes you'll actually go into like Goodwill and you'll see a cool artist that, like Black Sabbath or Elton John or something, and you want it, but you can't get it because it doesn't even have the record in it, which I've seen couple times at some of these stores, and that's the same with CDs and other stuff like that. But anyways, it's pretty much about it. So if you want to get those 5 Metallica albums, you can get them from Walmart, the physical store, or you can get them online. You could either order them individually online or as the complete set. Either way, it's going to cost maybe $150, whether you get it from the store, online, or the set. I don't even think it's packaged any differently. So you can pick and choose which albums. If you don't like them all, you can just get a few of them. Um, yeah, but pretty much I think most of the Metallica albums have been released on vinyl, and I think I almost have all of them. Um, but that's pretty much about it. You can like, share, comment, subscribe, and have